Live for a Tier 1 case break plus. So that is one case of 2019 Topps Tier 1. We're going to start things off with this Topps jumbo box. That way we guarantee everybody is going to get some cards out of the deal. All right, we don't like people going home empty-handed. We got 4 boxes of Onyx Vintage Baseball with 2 prospect autos per box. We have a Onyx Premier Gear game used item. Generally, they're autographed too. And then we're going to get a little batty today. We got 2 Onyx Clubhouse Collection, Lumber Collection baseball bats. So sometimes they're game used, sometimes they're autographed, sometimes they're both. So that's what we have on tap for tonight. I also got a little bit of this on tap for tonight. But that's besides the point. So let's do this. Let's rip you a new one and get things started. Remaining teams are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you are interested, you got until I show the first hit to jump in on that. All right, there's some good teams still available. The Nationals are 150. The Royals are 55. The Padres are 100. The Cardinals are 115. The Blue Jays are 195. I forgot a garbage bag. No, I didn't. It just got moved on me. There we go. So Cardinals, pretty loaded checklist. Nationals, too. Padres have Tatis Jr. Blue Jays have Vlad Jr. And the Royals have Ryan O'Hearn and Bo Jackson. So, a few other guys, too. Whit Merrifield, Salvador Perez. And I want to say Heath Philmeyer and maybe Brad Keller. So that's what we got here. So let's get things started with some Topps baseball and see what we pull out for you. Already got the first hit in my hands. So it's not going to be a long wait before we see this. Oh, that's a nice one too. So if you're interested in getting on this break, now is the time to decide. Again, we've been pulling some pig cards lately. Last night, we did a single box of National Treasures basketball and hit a nice true RPA of DeAndre Ayton. Been hitting some 4-figure cards over the last 30 days. So let's see if we can't keep that trend going. All right. Yeah, I like Keller. I think he's gonna be a good overall player. So obviously the Royals more in the rebuilding stage right now, but they have some talent in the minor leagues. Just not ready for the show yet. So here we go. We got Ray Black, Jacob Nix, Kyle Schwarber, Mitch Moreland, Mark Trumbo, Shohei Ohtani, Chris Bryant, Billy Hamilton, Cole Stewart, Colby Allard, Jock Peterson, Kyle Calhoun, Michael Fulmer, who's going to be out for the season, right? Tommy John. Tommy John's just always going to be an issue with the modern game. Aroldis Chapman, Jorge Soler. You got the Red Sox, Steve Pearce, Dansby Swanson. Greatest seasons, Pedro Martinez. Pablo Lopez. Zach Greinke. Kyle Schwarber. I hope he's better than Vargas. Vargas not looking so good with the Mets. Chase Anderson, Max Scherzer, Will Smith, Gene Segura, Tommy Pham, Nolan Arenado. Mike Zunino. Got some Bieber fever. I know the second I turn the stack over, they're going to flip over again. See that? Randall Grichuk, Ian Kennedy, Shin-Soo Choo, Nico Goodrum, Matt Duffy, Jorge Polanco, Kyle Seager. Polanco having a good year this year. Too bad I already have too many shortstops and third base on my fantasy team. There's a few guys I'm just too filled up on. Speaking of filled up, Phil Meyer. Got Kyle Tucker, Garrett Hampson, Jesse Winker, Antonio Senzatella. Here come the judge. So still got a little ways to go before we get that first autograph, but we're getting close. 5 teams left. The Nationals at 150. The Royals are 55. The Padres are 100. The Cardinals are 115. We have the Blue Jays at 195. And I guess it's always sunny when you trade him to the West Coast, right? Kevin Gausman, Andrew Miller, Brett Phillips, Juan Soto, David Price, Avisail Garcia, numbered 371 out of 2019. You got Lou Gehrig and Albert Pujols, Eric Thames, bring it in. Gleyber Torres. Now, interesting stat here. All right, Joey Gallo. Fastest player in the American League to 100 home runs. All right, that's kind of dry. That's not interesting. Here's what's interesting, though. He is also the first player to have 100 home runs before he had 100 singles. I mean, this guy just raw power. If he's making contact, it's getting hit hard. So he's got like, I don't know, roughly 50 doubles. He banged out his 12th home run of the year today. And he's got, it's not just more extra base hits than singles, it's more home runs than singles. I mean, up through the end of 2018, he had 45 doubles, all right, and even 5 triples. But that's freakish right there. And what was it? McGuire was the previous record holder, but still not even close to Ryan Howard's major league record. Ryan Howard did it in 325 games. I think this is Joey Gallo's 377th, if I remember what I read correctly. Josh Bell had a little bit of a sophomore slump last year, but he is looking good now. So Josh Bell, I think he banged out another home run yesterday, didn't he? Oh no, Daniel. That's not cool. Buster Posey, who just ended up on the concussion list. Yeah, Miguel Andujar. Oh man, that sucks. I'll have to check that out. Brad Keller, Justin Upton, Francisco Lindor, Trevor Bauer, Jose Abreu, Christian Yelich. All right, here it comes. This is the last call. You see this card right here? That really thick one? Once we show that, that was your chance to get in on this one. Otherwise, come on, mystery player A. Michael Franco. Michael Franco seems to be bouncing back this year. He's not batting like 190, and he's hitting some home runs. Yeah, I hate it when people have to go on the scammers page. I mean, I give people every last opportunity and then some. And it's like, my thing is, once you block me, then you've just told me you want nothing to do with fixing the problem. And that's not cool. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut the ticker. So if you want a team, let me know right now. Just got to take care of this. First hit's going to be cool. What payment methods do I take? I take PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Google Pay, debit or credit. I feel like I'm missing one. We stopped taking black market organs. We have enough in stock. So, did you have a team you're interested in, Nathan? Square, yeah, that's the Cash App. Yeah, Square's the Cash App. So Royals are gone. Royals are now off the board. So Chris, you got the Royals. And anybody else? Padres, you got it. Which method did you want to use? So Padres are now gone. So did you want me to drop my PayPal? That is my PayPal email. So Nathan's got the Padres. Last call. So 3 teams still left on the board. Nationals at 150, Cardinals at 115, Blue Jays at 195. And I'll tell you what, we'll leave those open for a couple more minutes because I do want to show this first hit. So once I pull the ticker down, then your time is up. Derek Dietrich, Francisco Cervelli. We got Pablo Lopez with a 150 anniversary parallel. David Ortiz, Jonathan Loaziga. And first hit's going to go to the Astros. 4 out of 25, red parallel, Jose Altuve. So 4 out of 25 with the manufactured hat logo patch. Those are the regular ones. I need these bad boys. Jose Altuve. Got Mike Leake and Joey Wendell. So it looks like the Padres will be the last team grabbed. And I'll be eating the Nationals, the Cardinals, and the Blue Jays. So we'll see what happens there. Cardinals are usually pretty good hitters in these kind of sets. So then we got some other breaks that are going to scroll at the bottom of your screen, including the big one, our 5th anniversary baseball break. 225 hits in that one. The highest hit count for a Marc-Down entertainment break ever. Ever being 5 years, because, you know, that's how long we've been breaking. All right. This is not a bad start. So there's a lot of boxes in the 225 hit mixer. If you want to know what they are, then by all means check out the Marc-Down entertainment page. And it is in the April wrap-up wave post that is listed with all the breaks that we have on the pin post. Hearing about which break makes you sad? We don't want to make anybody sad. What can we do to make you happy? Oh, I know why you're sad. Sorry, Matt. Don't worry. We have plenty of big breaks scheduled for the next 5 years. Plenty of them. All right, let's do this. Let's roll with this a little quicker now. All about that base, There's Acuna with the Rookie Cup. And we got Joey Votto with the foil board. And I remember these. Buster Posey, iconic card. Trevor Hoffman. And that's not a bad card for the Phillies. Home Run Challenge, Rhys Hoskins. And he's a guy who can hit some home runs. So it's much better than the Ender Inciarte Home Run Challenge cards, right? I don't think they even make those. So Salvador Perez out for the year. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Luis Urias. So early on, one of the key rookies out of Series 1. Jake Bauers, another one. Danny Jansen's one that could surprise. Might be not a bad one to hold on to. We saw Kyle Tucker earlier. Who are we looking for? We're looking for Jeff McNeil, right? He'd be another one. Corbin Burns. 751 out of 2019. But the meat of this rookie class for this year is now just starting to show up. Tatis Jr., Eloy Jimenez, Pete Alonso, live in product now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. already announced as Mystery Player A. So we actually hit Vlad Jr. in Heritage when we were doing those cases. Thank you, Nathan. I got it. Jay Bruce, who's batting like a $190 with like 500 home runs this year. Like, he's not getting any hits, but when he does, they go out. Kind of like Joey Gallo, but Joey Gallo is a little more plate discipline now. Jose Martinez, Didi Gregorius will be a sight for sore eyes. Probably around after the All-Star break rolls through. Eric Hosmer, Tyler Glasnow, having a strong campaign. I think the change of scenery did him good. Kyle Tucker. Usually it's when pitchers go to the go to the Pirates, I'm sorry, where their career picks up a little bit for a number of years. But the last couple pitchers to leave Pittsburgh have ended up on the better end of the stick, including Garrett Cole and Tyler Glasnow. Oh, missed it by that much. Almost. One game off. They don't hit home runs every day. You know? There's Brandon Lowe. He's kind of a sleeper. as far as the rookies go. Sean Reed Foley. So we got Zach Greinke, iconic card. Iconic. Yadier Molina. And Giants with a hit. Derek Rodriguez. So I guess we won't go into too much into wrestling today, but I guess anybody who's been reading the dirt sheets or following the wrestling groups online, I guess we know why Lars Sullivan is picking on R-Truth so much. I don't know. I think that push may end quicker than Snitsky's did. Oof. Some pretty unfavorable stuff coming out about Lars Sullivan, and I don't believe everything I read on the internet, but I have a feeling that they may be cutting his push short. And they may just be cutting him, honestly. Not very PC stuff tied to some old, what was it, YouTube videos or Twitter videos? Anyways, before we finish these last 4 Topps packs, I'm just going to throw in a silver pack. Let's do that in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. We got Ramon Laureano. That's a nice one there. There's a rookie card. 1 cent love for that. How about Thor? Noah Syndergaard. And Shohei the Money. Shohei Ohtani back off the DL. He won't be pitching this year, but I'm sure the Angels are glad to have him back. And then Manny Machado, who was in LA for a short time, but a good time. Kind of like how I'll be next week. So we got one more relic sitting in here, and that's our swatch of carpet or whatever you want to call it. Just going to have one player used item. We already got our manufactured out. And there's the little guy right there. Anything good? Oh, I like that. Alright, so what do we got coming out next? Trey Turner's due back soon, right? Got Jose Ramirez there. There's Jeff McNeil. McNeil, the real deal. Yeah, I didn't get to see it yet, but I heard he's not getting any kind of fine or suspension or anything like that, though, right? I guess it was inconclusive, which we know what that means. Conclusive enough to accuse, but not conclusive enough to get it past the union. Angel de los Santos, Jim Rice, Mitch Haniger, Juan Soto. Blake Snell, your Cy Young Award winner. So again, we're pretty much about to wrap up this Topps box. I got 2 more packs sitting here. There's Michael Kopech. And then we're going to move on to some other products. The main event in this one is Tier 1. We'll probably do one memorabilia after this Topps box. Yeah, we'll do a baseball bat after the Topps box. We'll do another baseball bat just before we open the Tier 1 case. And we'll save the Premier gear for the very end. De Los Santos, that was an iconic card too. Although his Donruss one was way cooler. And the Mets with a hit, Jacob deGrom. For those METS, Mets. Followed by his league leaders card. It's all about that Donruss base. That's right. I can't wait till 2019 Donruss football comes out. Tier 1 personals are 135 apiece. 135 apiece for Tier 1 personals. That's fun. Ryan O'Hearn. Loaziga. And we're pretty much just wrapping up this box here. We already pulled the hits. Oh, Francisco Arcia, 150 parallel, and foil board. Ryan O'Hearn on the throwback. Baez having a pretty good season. I'm sure when we're in Chicago for the National, plenty of people will be talking about Javier Baez. Or maybe they'll be talking about Eloy Jimenez. Who knows? No, but even the Donruss, I mean, we get a little bit out of the way, right? Depending on how many cases I get. I've done a case break of Donruss before, but usually I like to just do half a case. It's a lot of cards, and it's not a high markup, so, you know. I like to have Donruss in there as a box where everybody's going to get some cards. Joey Votto, 150 parallel. Ted Williams, Don Mattingly. Sam Tuivailala. Old school, 49 out of 99. No, we try to have our breaks make sense. That's why we just did a few mixers. We have a 5-box football mixer up right now. Gotta be honest, they're a pain in the butt to sort because I don't know where half the guys go yet. Gotta look them up on my phone. Well, that's not my fault that the Titans drafted crappy last year. They needed some good names. Come on. Drafted all boring players. So there's your Topps box. So, standard tiebreaker rules apply. All right. Sometimes these bats do have the name of the team printed on them. That can affect where it goes to because we had a I forget the guy's name. 2010 rookie. I think he started off with the Twins, went to the Orioles. I don't know, but it said Baltimore Orioles on his bat. Now, he had since left that team, but since it was printed on the bat, that's who it went to. All right, if there's a team-specific inscription, yeah, that's another thing too. But if it is a current player, it's generally going to go to the current team that they're playing for. Usually you don't see retired players in here. I don't think anybody on the list has retired, so we don't have to worry about that tiebreaker. But pretty much it should be going to whatever the current team is that they're playing for, with very little exception to that. Yeah, definitely, especially with Leaf. Like, you never know what the parallel they're going to send you is. Keeps you in suspense. Well, let's see who bat number 1 is going to go to. All right, I'm going to pop the top here. Oh, it's a gamer. So this was actually a game-used bat. It is cracked, which is very common with game-used bats. It's got a lot of suction. Oh, man, we've been hitting this guy like crazy lately. You've got to be kidding me. I think we've hit him the last 3 times we've had Onyx memorabilia. Wander Javier. Wander Javier. So unless he's been traded anywhere, that should go to the Minnesota Twins. I'll double check to confirm that. So again, a game-used bat, Wander Javier. And he is a good prospect. He's still with the Twins. And let's see. He is not back from injury yet. He got hurt last year. So I guess he's in extended spring training or something like that. I don't know. I don't see any statistics yet for him this year. And he did have some injury issues, but he is a decent prospect. So, wrong Wander. Well, Wander Franco's stuff is in this year's Onyx products. So, hey, Joel, what's going on? So that will be going to Minnesota, don't you know? Like literally going to Minnesota, because that's where Adam's from. All right, so we'll open the other bat when we're just about ready to open the Tier 1 case. So we got a few small things to knock out real quick. The heck, this thing I want to go back in. There we go. Oh, that's why it's got a crack in it. Just like the bat. So let's knock out these 4 boxes of Onyx Vintage. All right, this is our sandwich. Maybe we'll pull that other Wander guy out of these. We've had some good luck with that. That's not bad. So we got Julio Pablo Martinez. There's Wander Franco. And the Reds, Taylor Trammell. And then green, number /50. Again, they don't physically number these, but green is out of 50. Hello, Joe Adell. So Joe Adell green and Taylor Trammell, the next 2 hits. Yeah, he was a big signer for them the last couple years. We already pulled him out of Premier Gear, so I doubt he's going to be in that again. But you already got a game used cleats. You got like pretty much his whole wardrobe, right? You got a ball, you got cleats, you got a bat. So hopefully he does well, and you can have like this shrine of Wander Javier. next one. You got Pedro Castellanos, Brent Honeywell, Julio Pablo Martinez for the Rangers, and Brent Honeywell for the Rays. That is also green ink, so that is out of 50. Oh, somebody else got the cleats? We did have cleats come out. I guess somebody else got those. So there's 2 of the Onyx Vintage. Two more to go. And next up, Ronnie Mauricio, Joel Booker, Antonio Cabello, Yankees, and another green, Taylor Trammell. I'm not sure what that spot is. I don't know if that's going to come out or not. Yep, that'll come out. I don't know what that is. Made a little bit of a spot there, but it's better. So Taylor Trammell in green for the Reds. So that's 2 hits for the Reds out of Onyx Vintage. A base and a green ink. And then Antonio Cabello, I mean, you look last year, Loaziga was in this product. Well, not in this product, but Platinum Elite. I'm assuming they're going to still do that product, but this is shaping up to be, similar release. And Loaziga stuff went crazy because he didn't have any ink before, and then the Yankees called him up. So you never know. Both of them were greens? No, Adele was the other green. Adele was a green. Trammell was a base in that one. Adele was the green and Trammell was the base. And then we got Adele, Joel Booker, Heliot Ramos for the Giants, and Eric Pardinho for the Blue Jays. And that'll close out Onyx Vintage. We're heading into the home stretch here. We're almost ready to start popping open Tier 1. But let's see what that other baseball bat is. All right, we got anything exciting out of the other baseball bat? So we had a gamer. Is this going to be another gamer or a generic? So again, Onyx. Game used. Or autographed. Or both. We saw both in the last one. And this one's going to be a generic one. Oh man, this team was a steal. Yeah. So, not having his top-notch season this year, but I mean, considering the fact that, he's playing on a team that's a little rough, I guess we can understand that. So, what major league player is this guy? Anybody know? Let's see if you can figure it out. He's played on a few teams. All right. I think he led the league in hits either his first or second year. I think it was hits and not batting average. Anybody got it figured out? I'll give you like 30 seconds. You got it. That wasn't a tough one. Wasn't trying to stump you. So, autograph bat of Starlin Castro. Going to the Marlins. So now, if you've ever wondered why we do these plus breaks, this is exactly why. You got a team that it's all right on paper. Then you get something like that come out totally out of the blue, and that's why you feel good breaking here. So, well, he went from the Cubs to the Yankees to the Marlins, but yes. Little pit stop in New York, part of the Giancarlo Stanton trade. All right, so we got the Premier gear that we'll do at the very end. And Topps Tier 1. Oh, I'm bringing out something sharp. You know I'm feeling lazy. All right, here it comes. Topps Tier 1. Oops. Almost got the back cleaner. Until I knocked half the pile on the floor. All right, so here we go. One full case of Topps Tier 1. And let's begin. First box out. We got 137 out of 299. Jose Barrios. Jose Barrios for the Twins. Numbered 96 out of 375 for Detroit Rock City, Nicholas Castellanos. Number 187 out of 250 for the Phillies, Ángel de los Santos. So rookie card there. Box number 1. It's generally one of those sets where you're gonna see some rough boxes. And then probably about 3 or 4 hits. So like once every 3 or 4 boxes, you're gonna see some magic happen. I'm feeling good vibrations from this pack. There you go, Johnny. There's a first time for everything. Ooh, we got some gold coming out here. So Matt Hurlbert, would you be disappointed if I could predict the future and I told you that there's no Francisco Lindors in this case? Would if I told you that? Numbered 157 out of 250, Ryan O'Hearn for the Royals. Numbered 13 out of 25, and now for sale. For the Cardinals, Bob Gibson. So like I said, if there was no chance of getting a Francisco Lindor, would you be upset? And if I showed you this 17 out of 25 Corey Kluber, would you forgive me? Klubot, 17 out of 25 for the Indians. And that is, what is that, bronze signature? I don't know. So I'm thinking that's yes, you would forgive me? Good. Better. I treat you nice. Next up. Anyone else having any technical issues, or is it an isolated incident? No, this is good. 119 out of 240, your National League MVP last year, Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich. Another decent hit. Probably didn't miss much. We got, did you see the Corey Kluber auto? That's the main thing you missed. Unless you missed the bats, then you've been gone a while. 245 out of 375. Rougned Odor for the Rangers. And we showed you a bronze auto a minute ago. Let's upgrade that to a silver. Zach Wheeler for the Mets. O'Hearn was numbered to 250. So 3 out of 10. Zach Wheeler for the METS. Mets. Well, we kind of got a monster here. Kind of. We'll start with this. 25 out of 25. Orioles. Cedric Mullins rookie in a bronze. Number 240 out of 375 for the Blue Jays. Now for sale. Marcus Stroman. I guess this is a monster, right? This one is numbered 17 out of 50. And when you think monsters, I think Godzilla. Hideki Matsui. Godzilla is attacking Tier 1. So thank you, Adam. I like pulling big hits for all you guys. That means we filled a break. And the power will stay on in the house one more day. So, Hideki Matsui. Number to 50 for the Yankees. Go, go, Godzilla. Name the band. More cowbell. Well, looks like we got double trouble in here. This one's a little thick. It's a little bit on the thick side, but it don't mean it's not pretty. That's a lot of yen. All right. So, number 9 out of 250 for the Rays. Brandon Lowe. Hit him high, hit him low. Padres, 120 out of 375. Eric Hosmer. White Sox, 196 out of 375. Michael Kopech. And don't fear the needles. 228 out of 299. Tier 1 talent. Jose can strike out. Numbered to 299. Jose Canseco. Jose, can you see? I think we hit him in Tier 1 like every year. But the A's are just one of those teams that they tend to pop up in Tier 1. Maybe they'll pop up again. All right, this will be the halfway point through the case. We gonna get another one of these happy packs with an extra relic? That's what it would appear. All right, let's get this out of the way because apparently there's one in every case. Numbered 170 out of 250. Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. Dan, if you're watching, I got one too. 120 out of 375, also for the Cardinals. Paul Goldschmidt. Not for sale. And guy we were talking about a little bit earlier, 33 out of 375. Joey Gallo for the Rangers. And 58 out of 100. We mentioned it earlier. There's certain teams that come out a lot. And there's another Yankee, Miguel Andujar. Miguel Andujar. By the way, if anybody is looking for a Jack Flaherty, he's now for sale. Can I get a witness? I don't know. Can you get a cubby? We'll see. What do you have? 3 in a row with an extra relic? It appears so. Numbered 144 out of 200. That uniform just looks right on him. Yeah, definitely. Matt Kemp. Didn't stick around long this time, though, did he? So Matt Kemp as a Dodger. Chris Sale, Red Sox, 30 out of 375. Blue Jays, 292 out of 375. Justin Smoke. And 188 out of 250, Brad Keller. Seems to have a little bump in the bottom there. This set's a little more condition sensitive than it usually is. So, Brad Keller. A few more boxes here. Can I get a Vlad Jr.? If you get your Cubby, I want a Vlad Jr. Maybe they'll come in the same pack. Oh, that's a nice one. It's not Vlad, but it is one of this year's top rookies. 228 out of 240, Jesus Aguilar. Numbered 60 out of 375. Well, at least you're going to get one Cubby. Albert Almora, 60 out of 375. And then numbered 42 out of 125 for the other side of Chicago. Eloy Jimenez. I don't know why there's no rookie stamp on that. Were they in such a rush to get him into the set they didn't, or maybe they're not putting rookie stamp on him? I don't know. They should. Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox. Got another one with a couple relics in here. All right. Well, this is ironic. I said I would pull Daniel a Cubby and I would pull myself a Vlad Jr. I did not pull myself a Vlad Jr. But numbered 58 out of 70, Daddy's home, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. So Expos go to the Nationals. Nobody bought those, right? Now for sale. 100 out of 375, Andrew Benintendi. $153 out of 375, two Cubbies. 153 out of 375, Javier Baez. So now I pulled you two Cubbies. So maybe we'll see like father like son. I don't know. 46 out of 299. Gene Segura for the Mariners. And we've still got a quarter of this case left. 3 boxes still left to go. So we're about to get rowdy here. 10 out of 250 for the Blue Jays. Rowdy Tellez. 2 out of 375 for the Yankees. Our oldest Chapman. And again, a little condition sensitive. Wow. But it's still a nice card. 12 out of 25. This is borderline worth complaining to Topps, but I don't think they're going to do anything about it. Whit Merrifield. It's a little chewed up on the top especially, and a little bit on the bottom. But that is a wicked patch. Got the shiny gold on the 3-color patch, and then a dual patch as well. So 12 out of 25 for the Royals. Whit Merrifield. Yeah, I didn't have a lot left. I'm more worried about the cards. I can drink while I'm sorting. Oh wait, that could end up bad. No, maybe not. I'll drink and sort tomorrow. So Royals racking up some hits tonight. Two more boxes to go. Often they won't. Is there anything in this one? This one feels like really light. Oh. Numbered 11 out of 100. This one's in way better shape. Got another auto relic here. And it is also of Whit Merrifield. 257 out of 375. Tigers. Miggy Cabrera. And 256 out of 299 for the Twinkies. Max Kepler. Last box. And then we'll find out what's in the Premier gear. This one feels kind of light too. $223 out of 299 for the Oakland A's. A little dinged up at the bottom. These are way more condition sensitive than they were in previous years. Franklin Barreto for the A's there. And also for the A's, 25 out of 25. Got a nice dual patch. Matt Olson. A's did all right. A's did all right. And then we have a redemption. And it's a guy who is no stranger to us. We've hit him quite a few times this year already. Who could it be? Do we have any guesses as to who the redemption is of? I keep drinking and I'll be really in poor condition and sensitive too. Do we have any guesses as to who this guy's going to be? And Daniel is still hoping for another Cub. I gave you two. It's not a Cub. What else we got? Got a guess of Aaron Judge. It is not Aaron Judge. I'll give it another 20 seconds. Somebody who we've hit multiple times. This year. You know, we've hit that kid on the Blue Jays a couple times this year. And he would be Mystery Redemption A. No, my problem is I'm a heavyweight and I need to lose weight. And it is Yusei Kikuchi, who we've hit almost every release so far this year. We hit him in Gypsy Queen. I think we hit him in Heritage. And we hit him twice in Bowman. Did we hit him in Donruss? I don't remember. So, Mariners. And there's no evidence of any pine tar on this card whatsoever. Yusei Kikuchi for Seattle. So we're going to do a hit recap. I have 5 boxes left of Tier 1. Whatever gets sold tonight gets sold right now. Whatever doesn't get sold tonight ends up in a mixer. I need another sip of my drink. Please check out the team scrolling at the bottom of your screen for our 5th anniversary break. I'm getting these things in now before everybody starts dropping because they don't want to see the hits again. We need more hit of the night votes. Like by the time I'm done, there's like 4 people left. Oh, the Premier Gearbox. See that? I was getting all that in before everybody left. Those who jumped the gun are going to miss out what's in this. All right. I like messing around with you guys a little bit. No, it's still here. It's still here. Sorry, it was a commercial break. 1. 2. Nothing wrong with cider. It's not a pina colada, but it's still good. And it has more carbs than a light beer, that's for sure. It's Stella Artois. It's Cidre. Got our little Ziploc baggie here. '14 game used. Okay. And which stinky shoe is the tag in? Whew. First whiff is always saved for me. All right, let me take a look at who this goes to. Oh boy. I'm not sure if this guy's playing anymore. According to MILB.com, he never got past A ball. Played from 2013 to 2017. Maxed out at 10 home runs in a year, but a career average of 219. Last played in 2017. And he was a Dominican signee that didn't quite turn out. Amaris Minier. Amaris Minier. He is somebody who was in the Minnesota Twins farm system. So Twins get 2 out of the 3 items. A little more exciting, the Javier. I'm guessing he's coming back soon because he was out all last year. Unless he re-injured himself or something. And then this guy, hey, at least they were used in a real game. They can't all be winners. We've hit some good ones out of these. A lot of Twins, though. We've hit Wander Javier and Nick Gordon. We hit Jorge Alfaro. A lot of guys who are actually in the major leagues now. So that won't be hit of the night. So let's figure out what it will be, though. So we had the Wander Javier game used bat. We had Starling Castro game used bat, or generic autograph bat. Game used cleats from Amaris Minier. Franklin Barreto, A's. Matt Olson to 25, A's. Max Kepler to 299, Twins. Miggy Cabrera to 375, Tigers. Whit Merrifield to 100, Royals. Rowdy Tellez to 250, Blue Jays. Aroldis Chapman to 375, Yankees. Gene Segura to 299, Mariners. Javier Baez to 375, Cubs. Benintendi to 375, Red Sox. Almora to 375, Cubs. Jesus Aguilar to 240, Brewers. Brad Keller to 250, Royals. Hey, Indians got a hit of the night candidate. Justin Smoke to 375, Blue Jays. Chris Sale to 375, Red Sox. Matt Kemp to 200, Dodgers. Jack Flaherty to 250, Cardinals. Yeah, I got personals. I have 5 Tier 1 boxes left. If anybody wants, they're 135 ripped and shipped. Paul Goldschmidt to 375, Cardinals. Joey Gallo to 375, Rangers. Miguel Andujar to 100, Yankees. Eric Hosmer to 375, Padres. Michael Kopech to 375, White Sox. Brandon Lowe to 250, Rays. Jose Canseco to 299, A's. Cedric Mullins to 25, Orioles. Marcus Stroman to 375, Blue Jays. Gonna have to narrow it down a little bit. Rougned Odor to 375, Rangers. Christian Yelich to 240, Brewers. Bob Gibson to 25, Cardinals. Ryan O'Hearn to 250, Royals. Aniel de los Santos to 250, Phillies. Nicholas Castellanos, Tigers to 375. Jose Barrios, Twins to 299. Heliot Ramos, Giants. Eric Pardinho, Blue Jays. Antonio Cabello, Yankees. Taylor Trammell, green for the Reds. Base one as well. Julio Pablo Martinez, Rangers. Brent Honeywell, green for the Rays. Joe Adele, green for the Angels. Jacob deGrom, Mets. Derek Rodriguez, Giants. And let's see here. That'll go, that'll go. That one was close. That one was close. I just don't want so many. Zach Wheeler to 10, Mets. All right, let's run all these. These are your candidates for hit of the night. Hideki Matsui to 50. Vladimir Guerrero, Sr. to 70. Whit Merrifield to 25. Eloy Jimenez to 125. Corey Kluber to 25. Jose Altuve, manufactured patch to 25. Or Yusei Kikuchi, breakout auto for the Mariners. What do you guys think hit of the night is? And who's ready to get the first personal? All our personal boxes, minus a few, should be listed on our pin post. If they're not, just ask me if I have it. I might, but I probably don't. And if anybody has some travel advice for going to California, hit me up on Messenger either tonight or tomorrow, because I got a few questions about locations of places. Barrios. So Castro bat, okay. Or Wander bat. I'm guessing Amaris's what's his face stinky shoes ain't gonna make it. We got a vote, another vote for Matsui. Another vote for the Castro bat. See that, Yakov? I appreciate that. You're totally unbiased. You had the Mets. You could have said Zach Wheeler. Mine was Vladimir Guerrero. No, it wasn't. I think Kikuchi was the top one. Because imports are cool. I think Castrobat's going to win hit of the night. That's 3 votes. I'm going to say Beverly Hills in Los Angeles. So, Wanderbat. Wanderbat's good too. I'm going to Wally World. No, I'm gonna I still gotta confirm my travel plans, but looks like I will be making the trip that I thought I'd be making last year, and things kind of fell apart at the last minute. I should be in sunny California for the back end of next week to go to the rookie premiere. So I won't be going to Disneyland. I think that the rest of the family would be extremely jealous if I did that. Although it does look like I might have a day to kill, but still. So looks like I'll be going. So that's why we need to fill up this anniversary break because I got to pay some bills before I leave on the trip. So. Uh, well, my wife has a very important job. She's home teacher, and this is what I do. So it's gonna be tough. I have to make a long trip out, but I think it'll be fun. And of course, I'll bring you guys along the way. So we'll have a little fun with that. Mark-Down reality TV. What do you think? By the way, that is really the first time that those game use cleats actually did kind of smell funky. Just warning you, okay? So some of the things we have available for personals, we have tier 1. That's $135 a box ripped and shipped. You know, we have these Onyx Vintage that they're fun. They're 42 bucks a box. I got Contenders Football still available. What was it? 139 a box. Baseball game. Could try to get Mike Trout's autograph, right? You got it, Matt. Thank you. No Lindor, but I hope that Kluber is a good consolation prize. That wasn't a bad hit. I think if it were a draft break, you would have drafted Kluber. Bowman. Bowman, we have a break for Bowman. So how about I go over that? My last 5 hobby boxes of Bowman are in another break. And I don't think too many eyeballs have caught on to that break because usually those were filling fast. So we do have a hobby box break. Pretty much generally the same pricing as the last 2. There were some minor tweaks made. So that is on the May wave post. So I'll go over that real fast since it got brought up. 5 boxes, 2019 Bowman Hobby, 10% off 3 teams or more. Diamondbacks are 15, Orioles are 12. White Sox are 55, Nationals are 18. Cubs are 28, Rockies 25, Astros are 40, Royals are 45. Angels are 30, Dodgers are 40, Marlins are 55, the Brewers $9, the Mets are 40, the Yankees are 25, the A's are 12, the Phillies are 18, Padres are 55, Pirates are 20, Giants are 95, Mariners are 55, Cardinals are 45, Rays are 150, Rangers are 40, and the Blue Jays are 60. I'm guessing that's Raiders training camp. Well, the rookies won't be there. The heck was that guy's name? Jacobs? You'll take the Brewers. You got it. So, Brewers. Now gone. And that break is the only other pick your team left from the early May wave post. There's going to be a second early May wave post later this afternoon. So it'll be the only other one because soon it's going to be mid-May. But the other break in the May wave post is the 5-box random team football mixer. You can get 1 team for 25, 2 for 45, or 4 for 85. It's 1 box of Leaf Metal Draft Hobby, 1 Prism Draft, 1 Contenders Draft, 1 Score, and 1 TriStar Autograph Football Jersey. Now, the Leaf Metal Draft, that's gone. My last box that's in the break. Besides Contenders Draft, we also have Prism Draft available for sale. We also have Score available as personals. And I'm debating about the TriStar jerseys, and you might find out in about a week why. $9 for the Brewers. Yeah. And just looking around to see if anything else is up. So, what other personal boxes do I have handy? I don't know. I got wrestling. I got Game of Thrones. I got WWE Legends. Hey, Rodney, how's it going? So, we got lots of stuff laying around here. Let me pull some stuff up on here. So let's see. Donruss Soccer, 119 a box. 2019 Diamond Kings Baseball, 72 a box. Comic Avalanche, 119 a box. 1819 Cornerstones Basketball, 135 a box. I got 2018 Leaf Perfect Game at 95. Those have 25 high school prospect autos. I also have Leaf Perfect Game Metal. I don't remember how much those are. I'll have to find them. Historic Autographs Originals 1930s, 129. 2019 WWE Undisputed, 219. Let's see. Certified Racing, 89. 2018 Topps Allen and Ginter, 105. '18 Stadium Club, 88. Leaf Masked Men Hockey, 95. 2016 Select Soccer, 85. Got a little bit of everything rolling around here. So we hit a little bit of a milestone over the weekend too. We now have officially over 3,000 followers on the Marc-Down Entertainment page. No, no Gypsy Queen left. I feel like, usually the early baseball releases, especially, I don't have problem getting what I asked for, and this year it's been uh, not as fun as in the past. But a lot of the baseball releases, we've been getting them in, and then they're selling out. Prism Baseball is not that far away. I was lucky to score 2 cases. Leather and Lumber, I haven't gotten my numbers back yet. I tried to put in for 4 cases of that. Maybe I will get it, and maybe I won't. At least if I get 2 cases, that'd be cool. If I get 4, one, I gotta hope it's a good product. It should be. It's got Vlad Jr. in it. But it's very similar to Pantheon, but it's a little bit more affordably priced, and it will include players that are currently playing, in addition to retired players. And they're actually going to have regular cards in it too, so they're going to have some cool looking like base insert type cards in that set as well. So I'm really excited about Leather and Lumber because that is like, I think it's got to have on average 4 autos and 4 memorabilia. And it's the type of set that's a fun break. So it's gonna have like 80 hits in a case, and you'll only hate 50 of them. The other 30 will be good. So I like it. I think it's gonna be a good release. And based on the sell sheets, should have all the guys that we're looking for. So that's the most important thing right there. Is it gonna have Eloy, Tatis, Guerrero, Alonso? You know, it's Panini. They could stick Senzel in there too if he's signing for him. So let's see. Trying to look something up here. Might have a personal going on, but I gotta look something up. So Allen and Ginter is an interesting set. And here's a story on that. I have them priced right now. 2018. Where the heck are they? I have them priced at 105 a box. Ripped and shipped. All right. I really can't go any lower than that. And actually, I should be raising it because the going rate, all right, for them is about 120 plus shipping. So 105 is a pretty good deal. I got to leave it at that. Actually, I'm going to have to bump my price up to 115 ripped and shipped. But I'll wait till tomorrow to do that. Usually Friday I go in and see what boxes have gone up. And that's one of them. That just sold out at one of the big three. And other ones are bringing them in, and they're coming in a little hot. So 105 is firm on that. But it's a good deal. It's well worth 105. You would probably pay more money from the distributor to get them at that price if they brought them in. So Let's see. Is the beer getting to me? No. I've only had one. And these are like 180 calories, so I don't think I'm having another. But my eyes are tired because all I do is look at cards all day. So, and my phone screen. All right. So, do we have any requests? Yeah, looks like Starling Castro, autograph bat, Wander Javier, autograph bat, Hideki Matsui were our top 3 picks for hits this evening. And if anybody wants to see if I got any more good hits left in me, that's what we have available now. So, otherwise, the goal is to get Bowman filled. And the 5th anniversary break, and the random team football break. Those, I think, are the next 3 good-looking ones on the agenda. All right? And looks like that's going to be a wrap for right now. So, last call. If anybody needs anything, just hit me up on Messenger. I'll be more than happy to answer questions or anything like that if I'm still awake. And remember, if I'm awake, I'll break. What do I have for 18 football in the 125 to 150 range? So everything was good there with that statement except for 18. You really can't find anything for 18 football anymore under 150. And I sold out of everything 18. The only thing I have left for 18 football is the National Treasures case I have saved for the 5th anniversary football break. Even like boxes of Elite certified, those are the distributors are emailing me, hey, we got these back in for $175 a box. I hate to say this. They're not worth $175 a box. Shh, don't tell anybody. Like, for real, like, what are you gonna what's a Baker Mayfield base auto out of certified gonna go for? The price of, so you're trying to get like the top pull, unless you get like something really low numbered or quirky or crazy. The top pull that you're gonna be able to pull is gonna get the box price back. I won't buy boxes at that price. And that's part of the balancing act that I try to do. I always try to get in stuff that's going to be good for you guys. So I'm having enough trouble. Like when I got 2016 Select, I'm like, all right, some of those base rookies in that set sell for between $10 and $30. So I'm okay with that. Because you can get base cards, not even parallels, that will sell for decent amounts. So that's why I picked 2016 Select, because it was a blown up price, but at the end of the day, you could still make out on it. But some of the things out there are they're just ridiculously blown out of proportion because there's just no supply. Guys want to break stuff. There's not there 2018, 2017, most of 2016 is all dried up. You actually have a better chance of finding 2011 to 2015 product than you do 16, 17, and 18. And the manufacturing numbers aren't that different. And there's plenty of good stars in most of those years. Not 2013. That's a real bust. You got a few guys that made it out of 2013. But most of the players that were decent in 2013 have kind of wound down their careers for the most part. Le'Veon Bell, maybe he'll get things back up and going with the Jets. His career didn't actually go downhill. He just stopped it. Who cares about Eddie Lacy anymore? Right? He's kind of done. A couple guys slipped through the cracks and ended up improving over the years, but most of 2013 shot. So I think you'll always find supply on 2013 stuff, no matter what. But I mean, now the 2015 stuff is starting to get even a little more difficult. You look at contenders. Contenders prices are insane for most years. But that's just the name of the game right now. Some guys can break stuff no matter what it is, doesn't matter what they're charging, and people just want to get in and take a shot at it. Especially if they're doing random team breaks, because what's it matter if 29 teams are going to tank horribly as long as there's 3 that give you hope. I don't like those odds. I try to give you guys good odds. But that's just the name of the game, and I'm trying to get as much of the current stuff in while it's still worth it. I mean, I had National Treasures basketball last year. The boxes spiked up to 1,800. I sold them at 12. It gets to a point where you're out of even the National Treasures break that I did last night. If you added up all the spots together, right, and I'm shipping it 8 different ways in theory. I ended up eating a spot. But all those spots combined were still cheaper than what it was on Blowout. Why? Because the boxes have a limit. And while I do have to pay the bills and feed the minions, I'm also not going to stretch things beyond what they're worth, in my opinion. And maybe I shouldn't make that judgment call. But I'll tell you who's going to make the judgment call if I buy some overblown priced products over and over again and everybody keeps not getting their money's worth. Eventually, opinion is gonna mean not being able to push out as much stuff. So I would rather get stuff to you at what it's worth than an inflated market price. I'm okay with tier 1 being 135 a box. If it went to 199 a box, I'd have a problem. You got to hit Vlad or something crazy. I mean, I think in my mind, if only one base auto is worth the price of a box, it's going to be tough. Especially later down the road when oh, this cut signature has been pulled, that cut signature has been pulled, this one of one bat knob has been pulled. And it gets tough. That's right. That's why my breaks are weird. People look at my break and say, "Oh, you're doing a tier 1 case and this team is that much?" Oh no, that's way too much. No, I threw in 8 other boxes and they all have a value. I think that's one of the things that some people don't understand. Because I had somebody a few times in the past, I've had people message me, "Why is your such and such team that much higher than everybody else?" And then I explain to them, and some of them get it and some of them don't. But my ultimate goal here is to have a business that makes me money, but has you having fun and keeps you coming back. And that's why I try to make sure that I'm presenting, interesting facts and tidbits about sports, about the hobby, about the products, about what's coming out. It's like a podcast. If you pay me $50, you're getting 3 hours of dedicated time. You're getting cards, and you're getting somewhere, I mean, I've tried to have it where if you wanted to call in, you could. I might offer that again. Nobody took me up on the offer the last time. We were doing the topics. Softball season right now is just too crazy, so I can't do scheduled topic days. Tomorrow night they got a doubleheader, so Friday night breaks might not start till 10 o'clock because they got first game's at 6:30, so second game probably starts at about 8:15, 8:30. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. you know? And I mean, I have people that use me as their primary breaker. I have people that use multiple breakers, and I'm one of their guys. And I have people that just see an interesting product that they like and pop in every now and then. You know, I'm not going to tell you where to spend your money, but I'm going to make it worth it for you to spend it with me. That's the best I can do. And I think we have 99.8% satisfaction rate. So there's some things we do a little bit differently than others, but there's reasons for it. And bottom line is, I mean, there's some guys that don't even watch the videos. They buy their spots and they'll either go to the recap at the end of the break, which when I talk like this probably is not easy to find. um, or they'll just wait for their cards to come in. Hey, that's cool too. And then you get something nice in the mail and it's a surprise. But I'm gonna try to put on 2-3 hours of something that's not boring. Yeah, I do something right when I win the wives over. I've had many people say that I'm their wife's favorite breaker. And it's not because of my rugged good looks. So Well, you keep flipping big cards like you did yesterday in a day, and then it'll be no problem, right? Well, isn't that why we're all here in the first place? We're here because we're collectors. We like sports or entertainment. I cover both of those things. And some guys are good at what they do and they don't try. Some guys try and they're not good at what they do. I don't want to be on either side of that. So, yeah, I let her know that box is coming, by the way. She's like, you let her know too. So, no problem, Greg. Take it easy. And even moments like these, I don't mind talking to you like a real person. I'm not too good for anybody. Had a lot of that experience when I first got on the Facebook and I was trying to learn how to get into the online side of this. I had done breaks in my store for about, I don't know, 10 months. And then you get the nasty side of people sometimes trying to step on their turf. Now it's not so much of a big deal. Now it's the opposite problem. Now everybody goes in and tries to poach other people away and all this stuff, and that never works because you'll get the guys that'll ditch you just as quickly, but the loyal guys are always going to stay with the ones that they like. That's why we broadcast in a way where we're always showing ourselves in public spots and not hiding in private groups. There's some people say, oh, well, if you have a public group, then you're just asking for trouble. Well, no, I want to get new collectors. That was one thing before the Facebook metric changes. It was like I haven't been in the hobby for 15 years or 10 years, or I've never even been in the hobby before, but I was watching this on my friend's timeline and it was interesting. And that's what we've looked to do is to bring new collectors in, all right? You got people coming in getting excited about cards. You've got guys like Gary Vee pointing out the investment possibilities, which don't get too sucked into that because the way this hobby works is you're lucky if 10% of people can change it from collecting to profitability. It's not as easy as some guy in a 10-minute interview is going to say. But there is a lot of potential out there, and there's a lot of things that we discuss in our broadcast. I'm not keeping secrets. I tell you guys hints of things all the time. Well, that's the thing too. We're not filling 5 breaks in a night. They do have to take attention to schedule. But I mean, we used to fill some nights 3, 4, 5 breaks. I hope that we can get it back to that way again. I don't mind not being able to get sleep some nights. Um, you know, a lot of guys don't do this full time, and those that do don't want to spend a lot of time doing it. They hire somebody to do their packages and their sorting, and then they'll be on camera for a few hours, and then they enjoy the rest of their day. I wake up and I say, "Oh shit, I gotta sort that break. Let's get to it." Why? Because it's my job, and my job is to get things done for you guys. and some guys slam the packages together. Okay, I don't always get things out next day. Usually it actually takes 2 to 3 days for me to get things wrapped up and out. But when it arrives to you, it's going to arrive in the same condition that it came out of the pack. And I would rather take the time and do things right, okay? And then if I know somebody's going to be in 2 or 3 breaks in a 2-day period, why am I going to give myself, who is one person, 3 packages to ship out, and then it's going to take me 3 times as long to do everything? So, I want to, all right, we broke this. The next day it might get sorted, or it might be the day after. And then I got a scheduled day to go to the post office. So usually I try to go 3 times a week, 4 if it's a heavy week. One guy said, this guy breaks 10 cases a day. He does all the work himself and ships them out. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. Those guys hire people to do stuff. When I hit a certain X amount of dollars per month, I can hire somebody to do it when I have my shop again. Until then, I'm doing it myself because I want to make sure it's done right. When I can dedicate on a weekly basis X amount of hours for somebody to do it, they're going to get a proper training session. I'm not just going to say, hey, you want to earn $10? Throw these in a box, put that shipping label on it, and do that 50 more times. I'm not gonna take shortcuts. That's just me. That's really all I have on that. I don't know how we got sidetracked like that, but I think full transparency, people, what they see is what they get, and they know what they're gonna get here. Just like I'm gonna say now, does anybody have anything for me? Because I actually care what you have to say. Most of you. There's a couple of you I couldn't really, I just don't really, you can tell me the sky's green. No, I care what all of you say. All of you. Am I supposed to do it like this? 2020. I think I could do a good job as president, right? Of the Rotary Club. No. Bigger things. I like being president of Marc-Down Entertainment. That's a fun job. I'm tired. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Because after the last 30 days you're having, you're setting yourself up for some pain, blues, and agony and skunks. No, I'm kidding. I'm really not. Law of averages. It goes both ways. uh, but as long as you have fun, that is the best part. That's why I try to make collecting fun for the kids too. That's important because nobody's going to buy our stuff when we're old if kids don't really care about collecting. So I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just saying that's mathematics. Just realized National Treasures is still up here. That one's done. You'll be fine. The month that you've had, you could have like 5 bad ones and you'll still be ahead. But you won't. You know you won't. The key thing is, you know, especially those who pick multiple teams, all right? I don't set the discount at 3 teams in most breaks because it's some kind of magic number. I set it because that's the ideal amount of teams one would pick if they're looking to have a good chance of getting a large hit. I always say take one bigger team. That's your high risk, high reward. That can get you the big 3, 4 figure card. Take a medium team that's got high hit potential so that if you don't go big on the high risk, high reward team, then you got something to fall back on. And then you never know. Take that small team. I told somebody the other day, it's a 10% discount with 3 teams. You can get this team for like $4 instead of regular price with your discount. Well, for $4, I guess that's not a big deal. That was the team that hits. So no, I don't even have the cases figured out yet, so there's no cost. I have 2 cases in, 3 to go, but I got to sell the baseball break before I can confirm the order for the other cases because I got a secret to tell you. I support a family of 6 and I sell trading cards for a living. Shh. Yeah, I know. No, I just don't have it to put out right now for that, the trip, and pay the bills for the month. But we get that baseball break knocked out, and then felt like imitating Bruce the Barber Beefcake. I don't know why. Then we'll get those other cases ordered up. We'll finalize the list. I'll slap some prices on it, and then we'll have some fun with that one too. Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I was just using the other day as an example, but I always tell people I see somebody picks like two higher priced teams in the break, and I'll be like, dude, if you get this team, you'll actually pay less money. And it just like people don't even think about it sometimes. It's like, wait a minute, you're going to give me a team and I'm going to pay less for the 3 than the 2? Yes. And that's all figured out in my mathematical system. So it's kind of accounted for. And I also tell you guys which teams are the best remaining teams. Which ones are the high risk, high reward teams? Why? Well, I get stuck with teams pretty often and I still end up doing all right. If I sell 30 out of 32 teams in a football break, guess what? Most likely, because I usually don't get stuck with the most expensive 2 teams, most likely I'm going to be in the plus at that point. So what does it matter what teams I get stuck with? Now, when I'm selling 25 out of 32, then I'm setting myself up for a little nervousness, and I gotta hope I hit something. But if I'm only like this break 3 teams away, so at the very worst, gonna break even. Then I hit the Vlad. I got a few other hits. I bring those to a show, and then I get paid. And then you have products like Bowman that just they go through the roof before they even hit the market, and that's what'll pay the bills. 3.5 cases of that. That's my month. So everything else, as long as I don't lose money on all the other breaks, then I should be all right. So for all you future want to break out there, you've gotten some advice. It's 1:45 and I'm getting sleepy. So I think what we're going to do is we'll wrap up the conversation for tonight. And tomorrow's another day and we'll get more time to chat. I got to find out how tonight's baseball games went. And I'll probably pass out falling asleep doing that. And man, those cleats were stinky. That was the first one where I was like, I wish I didn't open that bag. All right. I think it's still on my hands. Anyway, I'll air those out before I mail them. All right. I think I rambled on for long enough. Have a good night. Thank you all. And we'll rip you a new one tomorrow. Take it easy.